down, but certainly there was no question he was going back in.
Proctor short on a 3-ball. Edgecombe flies in. You just can see his hops.
I want to see it at this end, though, Bird. Being an attack man, he's got big-time talent.
He might be the one guy who can get to the paint off the bounce.
Yeah, don't defer.
Back in by O'Meara, needs help. Clear it for Roach.
The Jeremy can get in there, too, and disperse as well.
Roach lines it up. Book it. A 3.
Do you think that feels... O'Meara didn't want to get dumped on North foul.
49-32. Blue Devils. Roach getting a start in this second half. Penetrates, fades, connects.
And I like the screen and roll. Next level.
So the foul on Proctor. It's his second. Get it in for Roach. Around flag. Circles. Oh, it scores! A little hook.
3-point shots attempts a game.
It doesn't matter who's guarding him either.
It gets great lift.
We asked him yesterday, where did the confidence come from? He said, came from my dad. And we said, how early? He said, really early. Basically when he put a ball in his hands. O'Meara, he tried the bully ball. Edgecombe looking to get involved here. 15-12 Mississippi State. Roach. Tough move by Roach, and he fit.
One of the only mistakes Baylor's made here in this first half.
R.J. Melendez, native of Puerto Rico, averages 9 points per game. He cuts it to 2. Edgecombe draws Kugel defensively.
O'Meara's such a great target. How can you pass him up?
Swing it for none. Back for Roach. Step back Jay. String music. 3. Kugel couldn't grab it, but Matthews does. Cutter, and it's knocked away from Jones.
Nice pass.
Ahead for Roach, and he leaves it in.
Big time play.
73% of their shots from beyond the arc they've hit already. Rebounding would help them.
11 of 15 from 3. And Baylor from long range, the second half of the Red Raiders. Darian Williams battling through an injury is Toppin with the miss. And the rebound grabbed by Marino. Dubravicic. Pull-up jumper. Jeremy Roach.
Rolls, he catches, he's got great hands, and because of his length, he can finish over the top. And remember, not really a true shot blocker out on the floor for this Baylor team. They don't have depth in the paint.
Baylor has made 6 of the last 8 shots from the floor. Jeremy Roach makes it 7 of the last 9. Needs a break when he's gassed like right now, and then Marino. Dubravicic will get a couple of minutes to spell him.
Well, maybe not even a couple minutes, because the next time out, because of how long that went, will come at the end of 4. Could have 2 timeouts within 1 minute, and maybe he feels good enough to finish this half.
Fade away by Jeremy Roach.
Everything kind of gets ramped up a little bit. He's got 13 points, 3 assists.
3rd straight freshman of the year for the Baylor Bears.
I think Scott Drew's staff has done a pretty good job recruiting.
Ball stripped from Jeremy Roach. Gets it back. And the scoop by Roach. I mean, the problem for Kansas State is David Gasson's having a great night. And McDaniel is playing well. 14 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. They don't have a 3rd scorer. They don't have another option.
Coleman Hawkins coming off the big scoring output, and that was kind of my fear. And that's what we talked about in the open. I said it's not about him scoring points. He's not a scorer naturally. He's about a 10 to 12 point per game guy. But it's the versatility. He only has 1 assist in the game tonight.
And it's scoreless. To the bucket, Jeremy Roach. Pull-up jumper at the foul line, rattles out for Malik Wilson. VJ Edgecombe.
He's been a quiet start for VJ Edgecombe, one of the best freshmen in all of the country.
There's a reason why he's projected to be a high lottery pick coming up in the NBA draft in June.
It'll be the 5th year in a row that Baylor has had a top 20 pick. Incredible.
The only school that can claim that. In the lane, the step back, Jeremy Roach.
Hit 3 of their first 4 from the field. TCU 2 of 4. All 5 combined baskets for the 2 teams have been assisted. It's a Roach three. Jeremy just in the game, and Jeremy Roach. Spin move by Reynolds goes to that left hand and rolls off the rim. Edgecombe on the run out. He has Roach on the near side. Underneath for O'Meara. Uday got a hand on that, but they get it back, and the driving lane for Jeremy Roach.
They play 10 guys. Sumnick has really been a factor later in the Big 12 schedule. Here's Edgecombe. 0 for 1 from the field. Projected number 4 overall pick.
Yeah, that little freshman's fantastic. Over 18 points a game in his last 8.
And the Duke transfer. Jeremy Roach can lightning in a bottle. Push pass. Got it back. Chi Avery. This is what he does, and quite frankly, sometimes it drives his head coach absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, because there's no need for that one right there, right? You're up 8. Why shoot one from 7 feet behind the three-point line? Get a better one than that.
Great feel by Roach. Here's Keller. Polk's got to run. This is their DNA. No finish there. As it's Jeremy Roach hanging defensively.
Boy, I tell you, the Big 12, they had a lot of contact around the basket. They don't call it.
Roach for 3. Baylor taking
the defense. That's what I love to watch. Yeah, it's not a pretty basketball, okay? We're not going to see a high-scoring game.
Threw it right to Jeremy Roach. And Roach with the wild finish.
Coach Lutz might take a timeout. This place is getting really loud. This team's coming unglued.
And the elevation by Nunn to affect that shot. Roach for 3. They're on a sugar high here in Waco.
This is done. I think I'm going to head over there. I've never been to Paris. I'm going to go check that out.
Well, Baylor looks, with this performance, like they will be right in the middle of that madness. 8-point game.
8-point game. Slapping that trap on him again here. Still 4 minutes and 20 seconds to play. A lot of time left in this game.
Baylor clears.
Especially with Oklahoma's ability to get those live ball turnovers that can lead to quick points for them. This game could turn on a dime.
O'Meara sets the screen for Roach. Roach, a tough shot, tough make. Avery trying to keep Oklahoma State in this one. Run out all day. Roach, just a gentle lay-in to
James. Tough shot, fading away, left it short.
And that's just great one-on-one defense right there. Jizzle James is a guy who's extremely shifty and can create off the bounce as well as anybody in the country, just like Jeremy Roach can. To us in shoot-around and said it's all about him doing the little things. When he's rebounding the basketball, when he's playing hard on defense, when he's getting stops and helping his team, being a great teammate, that's when his scoring will evolve and will really come into play.
Back-to-back for deep 3 from Skillings. And O'Meara the rebound. Edgecombe had it knocked loose by James. Roach rims down a pull-up, and he's saying keep feet.
So you're taking a risk by trying to insert him into the game this early.
7-0 run for Cincinnati. Roach running the point for Baylor. Less than 10 to shoot. Roach a fadeaway. Oh, that is money in the mid-range.
By Malone to open that lane up.
Buffs have made 4 of their last 4. Crowd rising to his feet here at the CU Event Center.
Extremely well, but Scott Drew with only 1 timeout left, but you can't take them home with you. You've got to know your team, your limited players. Right now for Baylor, the guards look tired. The big number 15 looks like he could go another 40 minutes.
Roach wide open. Answers Yakima.
I mean, they've been open. These are just scholarship players missing threes.
Roach switches hands.
Maybe he gets too many screens, right? And you're dragging defenses into his space. He just seems a little tired right now. Everything's short. He's passing up open shots, and my goodness, number.
Right at the basket, left hand rolls off, tipped out. Roach will fire and hit.
Wildcat basketball right there. That's a 4 or 5 point play.
Roach into the paint, up and under.
With a foot injury, wanted to play Saturday. Kelvin Sampson said, nope, you'll have to wait till Monday.
Scott True said, thanks a lot, sarcastically. Loose ball, and eventually Langston Love comes up with it, is able to get it to right. And now Roach, ball fake, jumper, got it, and that's a 3.
Auburn, San Diego State. I believe this is a better team than the team that Jamal Shedd ran a year ago, because they're healthy and they're deep.
Roach step back, and he drains it.
States for reading where basketball is going to bounce off the rim. Omier has. Johnson trying to wrap it around to Williams or Sean. Baylor wants to run. And Roach with the trail. He starts to bang his defender with that shoulder. He rolls off them. And again, one of the best finishers in the Big 12 Conference when it comes to getting to the cup. One of the best transfers into the conference. George Mason. Now you're in a spot where the game is slowed down a little bit, but you need stops. Love. And it rolls out. But back to Robert Wright. Roach wants to try and got it.
With the collar just already installed, I was like, you know what? I want to do my best Coach Greenberg impression. And I hope I'm paying tribute to him well.
I'll walk the fence on this one. You are both sartorially splendid. Let's say that. Here's a 3 from Jeremy Roach. In the second half in that comeback win over Kansas. Offensive shot no good by White. Here comes the Baylor Bears again, and that's Jeremy.
Westeen, he had an advantage every single time he was on the perimeter.
10-point Tech lead. 4.5 to go. Roach cans the 3.
Built to Manhattan.
Wenzel. Yep. Off the mark, 1 and done for the Frogs.
This kid's so dynamic. Good ball movement.
Roach. Triple. Yep. Haven't won a national championship in 37 years. Reynolds. Tough 3 off the mark. Here comes Edgecombe.
Nice pass back. See that ball movement.
Roach, top of the key. He's got another 3.
That's good basketball. Jeremy Roach is better.
Edgecombe leans in, spins it off the backboard, and Omier comes away with it. Another offensive board for the Bears. Roach another 2.
Nicely done.
Wise, short-handed, so a lot of players playing a lot of minutes, and Norchad Omier, their most effective inside player, saddled with 4 fouls. Here's Omier with the ball, 15 and White. 10 on the shot clock. Roach from the corner.
Nice ball movement.
He's off to a hot start. And again, as you said, Arizona is not a particularly good three-point shooting team. He is the guy you got him off. Walker steps out. Roach at the basket, hangs and hits. Well, that kid is at a pretty high level.
Yeah, I would say that as well. But also, all of his shot attempts tonight came off his first touch. So you were.
Delorso, little floater off the window, wouldn't fall. And Asamoto with the rebound. Roach rattles that one home.
Well, with the exception of some.
They've defended. Lewis. Floater. That wouldn't fall. John with another rebound. Baylor the other way. Roach up ahead. Edge come back to Roach. Mid-range. Got it.
Yeah, that's when Baylor.
5th nationally in three-point percentage at 47%. Love. Kick up ahead. Roach puts it in.
The referee helped keep that in play, and Bobby Hurley really upset about that.
Roach three, hits it. There from the Sun Devils, and everybody knows the rules in overtime. Extremely tight whistle, but you got to be very strong with the ball.
Here's Edgecombe, who hasn't scored since the 15:48 mark in this second half. Kicks it out, Roach, pull up, hits it.
Rob Wright staring into the eyes of Jizzle James as he crosses half court with Baylor on a 7-0 run. Edgecombe, 5 on the shot clock, goes left, splash.
You know, we can talk all we want about Cincinnati's offense. It's their defense that's the problem. Cincinnati to try to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, and I had heard Coach Miller mention that before the season. The key to this league, because it's so good, is that you can lose 5 straight because the competition is so good, and the key is to keep it to 2.
It's not a quality shot, but at this point,
lead is down to 11, close as it's been in a long time. 8 on the shot clock. Roach looking for answers, now gives some direction. 2 on the shot clock. Step back from the elder statesman, nothing but the bottom of the net.
He is a tough-minded guy who can deliver.
Transfer from UNLV. C.J. Otzelberger recruited him there. Played 2 years there, his second year in Ames. Roach straight on, and that's a 3 and a nice shot.
We're told. A pretty good array of talent. Ted Lindbergh, now at Nebraska.
The other mayor.
The real mayor.
Minute left.
Lipsitz had always wanted to be a cyclone. Look at the help converge and then get back on your guy. Roach. Pretty drive. That's what you got to do. Run to that corner. You don't react. Proper response. They nail you. Jones with a shot.
Roach hits a 3.
Defensive exchange, and Jones drill. Grim.
It'd be tough to find 3 better guards in any rotation in the country. I'm sure they're out there. But Lipsy, Gilbert, and Jones off the bench, 17 points for him a game. That's really high level. That's another 3 that Roach steps in and hits.
Oh, that's an easy, gotta catch it, but an easy dunk in. No resistance.
Roach has hit a couple late 3s and hits another.
Inside, Ezra Sarr, and he got met at the rim by O'Meara.
what help. You know, Baylor switches a lot, so sometimes you get some funky matchups.
Roach the left.
In the second half against Iowa, Iowa ended up winning that game because Utah couldn't guard the basketball down the stretch of that game.
The running Utes now 0 for 6 to start the game. Here's Jaled Celestine. Roach. A circus
that you're supposed to take care of.
Now a 20-game conference schedule with 16 teams in the league. Each team will play 5 teams twice and the remaining teams once. This game's been a game of runs, and right now Baylor on top by 16 with 1.5 minutes to go. And Jeremy Roach adds.
These are shots Utah has to hit. I mean, this is who they are.
Now 1 minute to go in the first half. Jeremy Roach, back-to-back triples. Picked off by Roach. And he goes the length of the floor and draws.
And I say for his size, but he's been that size his whole life. You know what I mean? Like small players, they're used to it.
Here's Roach. An easy 2 at the other end.
By Arlington Baptist, but you know they're going to have to take care of the ball, and it's an uphill climb for them for sure. But they've got to make some shots, and they can't shoot themselves in the foot with turnovers.
Jalen Celestine, Langston Love, and Rob Wright off the Baylor bench.
Arlington Baptist with the ball to begin this second half. Runner is no good. Loose ball. Well, Chad O'Meara runs it out of there. On the break, Jeremy Roach. Runner is good for Roach.
And he's
That's it.
Might as well have him down there.
As Drew says, impact the game, and they can do it. Pass to the perimeter, stolen by Roach. Layup good by Jeremy Roach.
Yeah, he was at Trinity High School after he left Richland, and then is finishing up his career at Arlington Baptist.
How about that?
What a great guy.
Roach, nice move on the baseline.
Screen. O'Meara comes out to guard you. Nice block.
Nice block
Stays with
indeed, but Roach will get an open three, and he knocks it down.
Well, that looks familiar, huh? Against St. John's.
Meanwhile, for UConn, they haven't scored. They have 3 fouls. Not the recipe for success that Dan Hurley was looking for. How about Roach with a little running hook?
The way O'Meara screens is the key to this team.
There is a screen by O'Meara.
Just look at the hesitation. So good at that, Roach.
Oh, with the left.
Running to the other end. There's no doubt about it.
James White looking to join that three parade. That one is no good. Rebounded by Rob Wright. None. 5 threes in the half. That ties his season high for a game. Roach drive, layup, good, and a foul.
Oh my gosh. Kick out three. If you've got drivers and you've got guys floating to the right spots at the three-point line like that, you're going to win a lot of games. 20 of Baylor's 50.
And here we go, beginning the second half. Bears with the ball. 27-point lead here at halftime. As we've said, Baylor, last 2 home games, they've scored over 100 points in both against Sam Houston and Tarleton. And Jeremy, their leading scorer, 20.7 points per game. He's got 4 points or 5 points total now. 3 in the first half came at the free throw line.
Yeah, well, Stacey Hollowell, the UNO coach, said, look, if we don't get him involved, it's going to be worse the next 20 minutes. And so I think they drew up a play for him to get things going and get him.
Coleman for the dunk.
Yeah, scramble for the loose ball, and that left him wide open. Bears maintaining their lead, and really right now, I think if you're New Orleans, what you're thinking about is, I'm going to practice against a top 20 team, and we're going to get better because of it.
Oh, wow. Boy, I think these are good minutes, aren't they, for Langston Love?
They are. He just has to knock some of the rust off. He looked against Tennessee just a little step, half a step slow, I should say. But he's going to get quicker. He's going to get it all back. He shot the ball pretty well today.
Roach, nice in and lays it in with his left hand.
Storrs, Connecticut next week. Be a fun trip. Going to find the Huskies in a bad mood, I believe.
Nassau, 6 triples last night. He's already 1 make shy of tying the most 3-point field goals he's hit in a single game about 4 minutes into this contest. Meanwhile, Baylor, one of their first 4 from the field, and they've turned it over 3 times. And you wondered what type of energy they'd come out with after a double overtime game last night. Jeremy Roach, rim. Roach out of the shot fake.
Another one short.
Leans in. This one's perfect.
But, you know, in the NBA, I think they even fine you if you don't have on the right socks or whatever the case is. I've heard of stories of that.
Roach elevates and gets the shooter's touch. Bishop Boswell will get some run these final 42 seconds. Young freshman that's put on 10 pounds since arriving on campus. Roach hits the midi.
Stop it early, get a basket on a good possession here, and kind of get some confidence back.
Inauspicious start for Baylor. Mentioned 100 points in back-to-back games. First time that's happened for this Bears program since 1989.
I was a little surprised when I saw that. You'd think a shorter period than that.
This is Jeremy Roach working late into the clock. Gets a step and scores off the glass.
Points for the Johnnies.
Yeah, second tray for the Johnnies. Just the 3rd of the year for Richmond. As Roach misfires from the corner. A second effort here for the Bears. Right picked up by Wilcher. Love across the floor to Roach. Into the paint, and a finger roll settles in. Census team captains before the season started.
And I say that because big men are used to contact down the low post when they're trying to score. Guards maybe not so much on the drives when they get bumped. They're always looking for the foul call. And tonight you've got to adjust the officiating. They're not making many calls.
Yeah, St. John's just 2 of 4 at the free throw line. Baylor 3 for 4. See if those numbers tick up a bit. The final 18.5 minutes. Nunn with a patient step through. Ojanwana out to Roach, and he buries the 3. 2. Book it.
Smith has been kind of quiet offensively. He's showing that experience. Hits a big shot there. Stop that run by Baylor.
Second field goal for Smith. Roach with the crossover and the layup.
Got to take care of the ball. Work to get the best shot you can.
Jeremy Roach, the transfer from Duke, at the controls. On a night where VJ Edgecombe has been a shell of what he's shown his first 4 games in a Baylor uniform. Celestine gets it to Roach in the corner. Shot clock at a single digits. He'll step back for 3. It's good. Seconds of regulation, then went back behind the bench with what appeared to be a cramp. He's back on the floor for Rick Pitino. I feel like they need him at both ends. Roach knifing through the defense. Edgecombe finds Roach in the corner. Down the baseline. It bounces in.
You know, I think
Ejiofor is second. Off the front rim. Omier has it with 2. Roach for the win. It's good!
Oh, man. The 7-2 over Tarleton. Pass stolen away by VJ Edgecombe. Loses his footing. Pushes the ball ahead to Roach. Roach saves the possession. Now to Jaden Nunn. Jeremy Roach for 3, and it's good.
Coach Drew try things, experiment with things, because by the time conferences starts, you want to be in tip-top shape and you want to be ready and have your game plan solidified.
Ball saved inbound. Scramble for it. Jeremy Roach comes away with it and finishes with a lay. Little surprised Charleston isn't taking the ball out of the air a little bit more. Taking the air out of the ball, excuse me. Slowing things down. You know, they got a thin bench. You would think they might try to limit possessions in a game like this.
Yeah, but that's typically not Coach Gillespie's style. Good pass.
To Roach in the corner, who nails the... A 69-25 lead for Baylor. Rob Wright to Edgecombe. Passes on the baseline. 3-ball, left corner is...
Louisville.
Who else?
It was Louisville. It was
Michigan State.
Michigan State and VCU.
And VCU, that's right. Huge tournament run for you guys. Wearing the Volt uniform, lighting it up. John Luna to the Baylor bench. Jalen Celestine is on for Baylor. Turnaround shot blocked by Omier. Big time block. Bears run it the other way. Right to Roach in the corner for 3.
As best they can. I make it sound a lot easier than it really is.
Right. Inbounds from Roach, gives to Rob Wright, back to Roach, drives into the paint, elevates, shoots, and hits.
Offense.
Ball knocked out of his hands, goes flying. Sam Houston flying the other way, and they turn it over. Here's Nunn. Right side, 3. It's good! A 3 by...
Allows those guys to play 110% when they're in there.
Wilkerson left open. Shoots the 3. It's no good. Omier another rebound. Getting ever closer to that double-double. Which you almost expect from North Chad Omier every night. He's the NCAA leader in career double-doubles. One against Arkansas was his 69th of his career. There's Roach, pull-up jumper, left elbow. Also, Jaden Nunn is 3 points away from 1,000 for his career. Keep an eye on that. Roach, runner, nice looking shot by the senior.
In legal guarding position and get in front of the basketball. I'm not so sure that was not the right call. Roach trying to get downhill quickly. Look at him getting all the way to the rim. I'm telling you, the speed, keep the game confident with the muddy parts of the game. Run off of their defensive stops every single time. The Arkansas crowd trying to get the Razorbacks in this game.
Roach jump stop and the soft touch. A lot of it. He's about to put Bimini, Bahamas on the map as a new travel destination. There's Roach, and nobody stops his drive.
To get out in front of the play as a 6'10" kid to run like a guard and be there, because that ball was advanced in about 3 seconds, and Brazil was at the rim ready for it.
Both Baylor and Arkansas fans on their feet here in Dallas for the closing seconds in this first half.
You don't want to foul. Baylor in the bonus.
Arkansas has never led tonight. As Roach looks at the shot clock, it's at 1, and a facial. This crowd waiting to erupt off the mark. Now Celestine with a rebound. Baylor fans trying to keep the Bears ahead here as Roach turns the corner and puts it in as Brazil was closing in.
Zags have matched their largest lead. Huff with 6 off the bench. Stromer also with 6 off the bench. And how much does it help, Jay, that all these parts, for the most part, were here last year? Can you throw in a Caleb Battle and Michael Ajayi? You add them to the mix. But these pieces for Mark Few were here a year ago.
Well, most of them are, but that's the scary part. They're playing really well right now. They're obviously knocking down shots from the perimeter. But you still feel like their ceiling is even higher because it's once guys like Battle and Ajayi